Welcome back to Abacus Life's channel, a leading vertically integrated alternative asset manager investing in in-force life insurance products throughout the life cycle of a life insurance policy with crushing earnings, major acquisitions. There's so much going on with this company that investors are joining to celebrate. We have Jay, the CEO, joining to discuss. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah, always a pleasure getting you on, brother. So I just want to get right into this before we talk about the earnings, which I'm sure is what everyone's fixated on, the preliminary earnings there. But you announced the acquisition that's helping you guys kind of acquire, scaling up your global asset management. Do you want to just give some insight on that?
Sure. So we acquired a company called Carlyle Investments. They're based out of Luxembourg, predominantly offshore investors. They manage nearly $2 billion in assets under management in our asset, and we had a keen understanding of the underlying contracts that they were purchasing because they were actually a client of ours. So what this really does do is diversify our revenue, as well as gives us access to significant investment and investors overseas as well. And they've got a 15 plus year track record in investing in these assets. So that's Carlisle's regulated by what's called the CSSF in Luxembourg. So they're also a regulated company. They're known as an AIFM, Alternative Investment Fund Manager, with a special offshore license. So we're absolutely thrilled about it. We're going to hopefully see those assets continue to grow, maybe even put new products on that platform so that we can take US-based asset managers and then put it on that platform and get them exposure globally as well. So absolutely thrilling, not just of where we are today with them, but what can happen with this asset manager based upon the platform that they have.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely incredible. You guys have a good formula going for you here. On your preliminary second quarter results, you were expecting revenue growth of 28 to 30 million, growing 146 to 163% year over year, respectively. Even your EBITDA growth, 15 to 17 million. You're getting into the high double digits there, 64 to 86% year over year growth. Tell us about this.
Yeah, not bad, right? Things are really starting to kind of take form that even you and I have spoken about over the last, several months. In that these kinds of markets that we see today, origination growth is driven by education. And by being a public company has been a huge asset in delivering the message to policyholders as well as investors to say this is an asset that they need to treat more like an asset, right? And so our messaging is clearly taking a significant impact. And as we're purchasing more policies, we also had a very successful follow-on investment where we added institutional investors to our shareholder base, took our float from low single digits to now that 13-14% range. So you're seeing a lot more volume on the stock because of that. And it's also great to see institutional investors, some of the biggest institutional names in long and long short investing, are now shareholders of Abacus stock. So you're seeing the reward of receiving affirmation from institutional investors. But in addition to that, putting that money to work in a place where our origination is in fact growing at multiples every single quarter. So we're one of those few companies that from a market positioning, this kind of volatility or uncertain or even up, we are performing quite well.
On that note, we'll pass it off to the viewers as always. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section, and definitely consider subscribing for news and catalysts like this as the stock starts to march its way back to $1 billion. But we'd love to know what you think and just subscribe for those updates. But on that note, we look forward to catching you in the next one.